like a boss.
What's up, ladies? This is Alex from mindforattraction.org, and today I'm going to show you 5 powerful tactics to improve your conversational skills with men, and I'm showing you how to build rapport. And these techniques are techniques that are used by the best seducers in the pickup artist community. Now, these techniques are made for seducing women, but because they're so powerful, they can also be used for helping you guys how to attract men. Now, they work with seduction, with 20-minute seduction, and so again, these are just some powerful stuff. So I'll teach you guys how to do it and teach you guys how to use it for dates. Now, before we start, just to let you guys know, I'm trying to trade my camera, my Sony Nex camera, for a DSLR camera. Somebody suggested a Nikon. You know who you are. But if anyone's willing to trade this camera for a DSLR camera that enables me to connect a microphone, let me know. We could trade something. We can make it happen. You know, you guys know me. I'm not gonna take that from you, right? So let's get started. The first technique is feeling empathy and seeing their inner child. Let me tell you this: the only difference between a stranger and a family member is not in the things you know about them. You see, because there are plenty celebrities that we know things about them. We know every part of their lives, but we don't really know them. And then we have friends that we don't know them as well, but we feel a connection. You see, we feel a connection with a stranger that we just met, falling in love with them, as opposed to feeling a connection with a family member a lot quicker. Why? Because it's not about the facts. It's about the feelings you have for them. So if you really notice, you have good conversations with friends that you feel good, like you feel a connection. So connection is not about what you know or how the interaction is going. A connection is simply how you feel, because if your feeling about the person changes, the way you conversate with them and the way you interact with them will fundamentally change. So how do you get this going? One is feeling empathy. Feel compassion, feel love for the person. Actually feel compassion for the person. Now, you can learn how to have empathy if you're a cold-hearted motherfucker through meditation, or you could also just see their inner child. Feel as though you're looking at a child, because when you're talking with children, you don't really have a lot of pressure. You're more playful, you're more yourself, and the conversation flows smoother. So feeling empathy and seeing their inner child will enable you to be able to allow them to drop all of their walls, because they're gonna feel a connection. Remember, it's not about the things you know. It's how you feel about the person that creates the connection. So feel the connection prior to building that connection, and the connection is gonna be there. So you do this through feeling empathy and seeing their inner child. I'm telling you, this works. The second one, speak with emotion. When I talk about speaking with emotion, this is talking normal, you know, feeling bored and whatnot. But this is like talking normal, feeling good about yourself. It becomes more animated. Your words have more animation. The things that you say has more of a hump. It has more charisma. You become more charismatic. All right. So how do you talk with emotion? Feel an emotion. It's that simple. Feel an emotion. Believe in what you say. Have conviction. So if you don't know how to feel the emotion, imagine for example, think about a time that you felt good. Just think about a time you felt good. Remember that time. See that time. See yourself feeling good. See the image. See what you saw. Feel, hear what you heard, feel what you felt, breathe how you were breathing at the time when you felt good, and notice how good it feels right now. If you notice your emotion, if you did the exercise, your emotions changed. Another thing that you could do is just imagine as though you're talking to someone that you know. Imagine seeing someone who brings happiness to your life, and feel that emotion and use that emotion to interact with the person. Another thing you can do is meditate prior to speaking with the person. It puts you at peace. But the point is that feel some sort of emotion. Feel passionate. Build a passionate life, and that passion in your life will transfer over to all of the things that you do. You see what I'm saying? So the reason you guys may see me and you guys may see that I'm charismatic is because I love doing this. So because of that, I'm gonna sound more charismatic, and there's gonna be more emotions in my words. The thing is that when you have emotions with the things that you say, the emotions is what really communicates with the people. The emotion is what people really feel. People don't feel your words. People feel the emotion. That's the vibe. That's the essence of the things that you say. So when you are devoid of emotion and devoid of passion, you're not gonna be as interesting. You can say anything you want, but if you put emotion with it, it's gonna sound interesting. You see what I'm saying? So just learn to speak with emotion. All right. So the other technique that you guys can use to build your conversational skills is asking the right questions. So these are some questions that you can ask that will help redirect your focus to the right area. One, ask yourself, how can I have fun right now? Most of the time when you're interacting with a guy, what do you normally say to yourself? Oh, how can I say something interesting? How can I say this? How can I impress him? Those kind of questions come from where? From a place of wanting to impress, from a place of neediness. As a result, anything that comes from a place of how can I impress him, it's gonna come out needy, and it's not gonna come out as interesting as opposed to asking yourself, how can I have fun right now? The questions and the action that arises from those two questions are fundamentally different. You see, asking yourself, how can I impress him, will be totally different from how can I have fun right now. One is on him and one is on you. Focus on yourself. By asking, how can I have fun right now, when you're talking to a guy, anything that arises is gonna be fun. So you're talking to the guy and you can just say to yourself, how can I have fun right now? How can I have fun? And then you do something silly. And that's self-amusing. You see, anything that arises from a place of how can I have fun is self-amusing. And the answer that arises is always the right answer. I'm telling you. Just ask yourself, what can I say right now to have fun? What can I do right now to have fun? And the things that will come out of it will always be good. When I'm talking to a woman, and I say this to myself, I could talk to a girl and I could just be having casual conversation, and then whenever I ask myself, how can I have fun right now? Then what I say is, so where are you from? I don't care. I'm just kidding, girl. Where are you from? You see, like whatever comes from that place will be fun. So the fourth one is similar to this question: what you gonna do if I say this or that? Most of the time, we usually tiptoe through conversations, which is we're usually afraid to make the person mad. As a result, when we act out of fear, we suppress ourselves and we don't really act like ourselves. By asking yourself, what can I do right now to have fun? By asking yourself, what you gonna do if I say this, or what you gonna do if I say that? You're acting in a challenging way. You see what I'm saying? Like your actions are not like, oh, I'm afraid. No, you're like, what you gonna do if I say this? Huh? What you gonna do if I say that? Huh? What are you gonna do if I do this, if I do that? You're challenging the guy. For example, if I'm talking to the girl and I ask myself, what you gonna do if I say this? It could be something like, I'm talking with her, having a good conversation. Oh shit, there's a fight outside. Just go inside. Don't have a fight in the snow. Have a little snow fight. But for example, I'm talking to the girl, right? And it's a casual conversation. I ask myself, what you gonna do if I say this? I could be like, I love ice cream. You do? I love ice cream too. I don't like ice cream. Do you like chocolate? I love chocolate. I don't like chocolate, girl. You see, like you're challenging. Like, what you gonna do if I do this? Huh? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And so that's gonna give you a very challenging and like edgy vibe to you. And because it's all fun and games, they're gonna feel like it's all fun and games and not gonna be offended. I'm telling you, it works. I'm telling you, it works. You just need to practice this. The fifth one is this: vague answers and redirect questions. For example, when we usually talk to someone, we usually talk too much, especially women. Okay, so the most interesting people are the most mysterious people. The most interesting people are the ones that we know less of. So when somebody asks you, where are you from? We usually give them the direct answer, right? Normal. But the problem is that we usually reveal too much of ourselves. We don't leave mystery. We don't leave that little mysterious aura that makes people want to get to know us. How do you fix that? Giving vague answers and redirecting the questions enables you to get to know them. It enables you to allow them to experience positive emotions, all while maintaining your mystery. How does that work? They ask you, where are you from? Rather than answering, I'm from New York City, you say, I'm from the East Coast. And then you say, where are you from? And then they ask them the questions, and they may answer it more elaborately. Now, what have you achieved from this? 1, you never really answer the question. 2, you got them to talk more by redirecting the question. And 3, because you didn't answer the question, deep down in their subconscious, they're asking themselves, where is he from? You see? Another example could be, what are you doing today? It could be, what do you plan to do in 10 years? You could just say, I'm working on some goals. How about you? You see, like, you're giving a vague answer and then you redirect their question. What's going to happen is that when you ask them, because you asked them, how about you? Their response would have been to you, what do you mean all the goals? But because you immediately redirected the question, that question becomes suppressed. That curiosity about you becomes suppressed. So now they want to know more, but they have to answer your question. But this is the thing. Now they're talking about their goals. Now they're talking about something they love. And because they're talking about something they love, because you keep redirecting the question, they keep talking about themselves. But deep down under the surface, there are things about you that they don't understand and they want to know, and that they haven't yet found out because you haven't given them a direct answer. But because you're redirecting the question, it doesn't seem as though you're avoiding it. It just seems like a natural progression. So that doesn't mean you do this all the time, but by hinting at it, by doing it once in a while, okay, you create this dynamic where they're the one that's talking and you're the one that's listening. They're the one that are revealing themselves and you're the one that's listening. So when their interaction finishes, they're gonna feel good about you because they were talking. You know, they were feeling good because they were talking about themselves, but because they were around you, they're gonna attribute those positive emotions to you, and they never really got to know you. So now they're like, who the fuck is this girl? She made me feel good and I don't know who she is. So answering vaguely and redirecting the question, that gives you like a cool vibe, and that makes people curious about you. You see what I'm saying? It's a very powerful technique, extremely powerful, and that if you use it more, like we do this very often with people who we're trying to lie to. Like we give them a vague answer, and what happens is that people are not satisfied. So what happens? People want to ask more. You see? And so if you do this often, if you let them talk more about themselves and listen more, they ask you about you, answer vaguely, redirect the response, let them talk, it's gonna build a dynamic where they're gonna want to get to know you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man, you know. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship, and this a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. Oh, I'm closing the channel.